Welcome to downtown Detroit and welcome inside Ford Field. Today a good one in store here. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions.
It's time. Please welcome Dan Campbell and your defending NFC North champion, Detroit Lions.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off in Detroit. Jacob Sailors now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. Leading them out, got his first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
The legend of this guy just grows year by year in the Motor City. The best individual season of his career, leading these Lions to a franchise record 15 wins. Now they just got to get to the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
We've set it downs from the 37. Here's Goff on 1st and 10. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
10 yards.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, well, those are welcome bonus yards.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Running it with David Montgomery. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun. Goff. Completed over the middle. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
A successful opening drive, nearing field goal range now. It's first down at the 41. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Goff finds him over the middle. And This is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. You send him left out of the slot. Working inside the red zone. Delivers another one to Williams. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4. Gibbs now from the gun. And not much space available there. Maybe 2. That brings up 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. Steelers bringing pressure. No place to go. Down he goes. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kid, all the data lately has taught us really clearly, sacks, negative yardage plays, they not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And after this play, there's a Lion out there who got the worst of it. He's in some discomfort as they head out to check on him. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Rodgers from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Rodgers going to throw here. 3rd down. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock. And not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3-and-out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. He's got this at the 27. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So the Lions headed out to their second drive of the game. They've got an early 3-0 lead as they take over here. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Goff off the play action. This one to Williams out left side. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
31 yards. That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
You can't start a fire without a spark? Well, how about a lightning bolt? What a huge gain that totally changes the tone of the drive.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. On first down, it's Gibbs. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. A gain of 15 there. And the Lions have a first down.
That's another.
Well, this defense has not had an answer, Kate, for either of the first two plays on this drive. I think it's got everybody, you and me, every fan believing, well, they're only one play away from putting points on the board.
On first down, right back to Gibbs. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions stretch their early lead to 9. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions go up 10-zip here in the first.
10. Steelers, nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Bron. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line, 2nd down. Play fake, here's Rodgers. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
Corliss Waitman out there again to punt this away.
Khalif Raymond on
The offense headed out now for Detroit. And here in the first, already up to a 10-0 advantage. Now Ryan Lyons just about ready. 1st and 10. Now bring a tight end in motion right. First down throw from Goff. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds after looks like about a yard there. 2nd down coming up.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and just 2 to go. Goff tosses it quickly out wide. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 2. And the Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
We've set of downs from 37. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. It's a 10-0 ball game. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Goff. They won't find much there as it reaches the 41. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Back to Gibbs now on 2nd. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Goff to the air now. Throwing deep here for the end zone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warwick. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the 20-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he spins right by him. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. A 28-yard pickup there. And the Steelers have a first down.
That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
To the air on first down. Rodgers. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Trying an inside give to Warren. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it as they take him down for a loss. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. Man, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
He put everything he had into this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Corliss Waitman on to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. They're going the wrong direction. He's going to be sent backwards to their own 3. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Open ahead in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. They give up the gut to Montgomery. Shoots away from one. And the stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Here's a give to Gibbs. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Underneath, it's Gibbs. And he stopped just before the line to gain. This is at the 27.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Third down run by Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They gain 11 on that play, and that is good for Detroit first down.
First down. 1st and 10.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
We've set it downs from the 37. On first down, it's gone. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
They send a tight end in motion. It's Gibbs on the carry. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Goff has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Following the play, we have an injured Steeler. The training staff out there to check on him as we take a pause. Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap here to Goff. That one complete to St. Brown. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Goff setting to throw. Cut near the goal line. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. Montgomery runs it in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions make it a 16-point ball game. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions take a 3-possession lead.
Lions 17. Steelers nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
First down throw here by Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
From the 24 once again, it's second and 10. Off play action, here's Rodgers. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. Stick around for more from Ford Field on its way. So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Second and 3 now. They'll throw again. Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
On the play. That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing again here, it's Rodgers. On the move, past the 40. And he's going to have around 6 yards before he goes out.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Second and 3 now. Again, Rodgers. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but you stay on top of the deep threat.
Now Rodgers on his third and short. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And a Steeler first down.
First and 10 from the 32. Motioning the tight end now. Here's Rodgers on first and 10. Completed over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Throwing again, Rodgers. The throw left side finds Freiermuth. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. From the red zone on first. And he will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get their first points of this game just before halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Chris Boswell for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers cut the lead down to 10.
17. Steelers 7.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions get one more series here before halftime. And with that two-score lead, partner, they've got the option here. You can sit on it, or they could try something really aggressive. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
So a two-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hanson. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update, as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a two-score ball game here as we resume play. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff.
Lions up 18-7
now on
down.
the return. This makes it up to the 25. We'll see the Steeler offense first this half as they're headed out now. And some opening drive points would be invaluable, Brock, trailing by 2 scores as they leave that locker room. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Falls to the ground out left. Incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So that brings up 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Brought in inside the 20. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers cut it to a field goal game.
Steelers 14.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Sailors now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Off to the air now. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Lions have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle.
At the 45-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Goff spins out of one side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. It's on target to Williams. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So 1st down from the 41. Off play action, Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Now we'll get a stoppage for an injured player as they're headed out to check on an injured Steeler. No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Here's Goff. Now set up the screen to Montgomery. Shoves him off. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Has him on the quick hitter, and he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on first. It's second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Out of the shotgun, Carr finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options.
This is fake.
There's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions make it a 9-point advantage. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you can throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game.
Steelers 14.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And they're going to try to take the lead back to 1 possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he'll work this one up to the 28. DJ Reed brings him down that time.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now. They need 7. Warren running between the tackles. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Firing quickly as Rodgers complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get 19 on that pickup. And the Steelers have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
On 1st down, Warren And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be second down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And he drives it forward to maybe the 27. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
They'll throw. Third and long. Throw complete to Thielen. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
To the line and set. Here we go. First down. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. Breaks the tackle. And that is exactly what they were after, Brock. A good 8-yard run there on first down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2. Play action here with Rodgers. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got third down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense, not on that one.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Dive play straight ahead. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up fourth down.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this. Going for it with Warren. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a first and goal.
That's simply a bet being made that not only is your call or scheme better, but that your players just want it more than the big fellas on defense do. And clearly on that one, they did.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal. Warren once more. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Another snap from the 8 here. It's second and goal. Again, the give to Warren. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up third and goal.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal. Here he goes, third and long. And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers making a 4-point game here in the fourth. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, to tie this game in the 4th.
Steelers 21.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming from the 6. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Beginning on the ground here with Montgomery. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. When you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Going to the ground again on first. Bounced it outside, but still no luck as he's brought down at the line. 2nd down coming up.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Goff. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all. They try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
3rd and just 2 to go. Option play. Here's Montgomery. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Gosh, I got to just be honest with you, kid. I marvel at the strength we see out of these running backs. The strength, the agility. Not that they weren't strong when I was playing, but the guys today just run right through contact at times without even blinking, and that's how you get those big chunk yard runs.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Dump off caught by his back. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. They run. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. Following the play, we have an injured Steeler. The training staff out there to check on him as we take a pause. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. And he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions make it a 9-point advantage. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game.
Lions 31, Steelers 21.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. He's going well so far. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. Finds his back, Jaylen Warren. And all he can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on 1st down.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up.
This goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Let's see what they went with. 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Austin's there to haul it in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west. Right, Kate? And I like on 3rd downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this. Desperation time here. He's trying to push the field. That's grabbed inside the 30. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
If only every completion could get that kind of result. That's good enough to knock a defense flat on its back.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. To the air on 1st down. Rodgers fits it through the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's another Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
Working inside the red zone. That one going to go against the D.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Steelers make it a 4-point game here in the 4th.
Steelers.
Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal to tie this game in the fourth.
31. Steelers 28.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Sailors now on the return. He dodged the tackle. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this second half. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is gone. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be hit, sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Running on second with Montgomery. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down now.
The line of scrimmage.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
3rd down here. Need 8 on the play. He's back to throw. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It's a gain of 8. And the Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that is good for Detroit 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Now we'll get a stoppage for an injured player as they're headed out to check on an injured Steeler. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap here to go. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. The Steelers calling their 1st timeout. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And that run good for a handful as it brings up second down. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. They give it to Vaki. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, bless his heart. Where some quarterbacks look off double coverage and check it down, this guy just attacks it head on. And why wouldn't he if he's capable of beating it for that kind of result?
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions holding on to a field goal lead. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Design quarterback run here. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. Vaki will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. It's a designed run for it. So it's 1 for the win column for the Lions. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
So that's it for us here. Brock Huard, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.